Hello, Deneen Shoemaker here with your 420 Minute. Got a question for you. Are you finding joy in this Christmas season? Or are you finding momentary bits of happiness? There's a difference. And I want to talk to you about that today. Happiness, I believe, revolves around external things. Something nice happens and you're happy about it. Someone gets a promotion that you're friends with, you're happy for them. Someone pays you a compliment, it makes you feel happy in the moment. Those are things that we feel based on things that are happening to us. Joy, on the other hand, is not related to external things. Joy is a deep-seated choice that we make or we don't make. Joy is an interesting topic for me these days. As most of you who follow these devotions know, the last 2 years of my life have been especially difficult. My life as I knew it came to a crashing halt. At the time, what I didn't realize is that was going to turn out to be the best thing that has happened to me in over 20 years. But going through it and still working my way through it has not brought me happiness, for sure. But I have found peace through it all, and I remain joy-filled. Some of you might be thinking, well, sure, Deneen, it's easy for you to be filled with joy. You seem like a fairly happy person. You have a nice home. You have a good job. You have lots of good friends. You're fairly stable in many ways in your life. What do you have in your life that would even make you not joyful? And only so that we can relate, am I going to share with you real quick. I was raised by two wonderful people who had many demons, one of them being alcoholism. I grew up in a very chaotic household. That propelled me into a very chaotic early life. I was assaulted at 18. I was raped at 21. That propelled me into a marriage that left me abused and mentally and emotionally, as well as even physically, a mess. I struggled as a single parent for many years to put food on the table, to be able to provide meals. I worked 3 jobs. I met what I thought was going to be the man of my dreams, who I was going to live with in a beautiful Christian type of relationship for the rest of the days on this earth. What I found out nearly 14, 15 years later was that was absolutely not the case. I was abused. Throughout that relationship, my mental state was incredibly depressed, almost to a point of despair. I have many autoimmune issues and nervous system issues because I have run at such a high stress level for so many years. Yet, I smile. I really am filled with the Spirit of the Lord. I am able to find joy in my daily existence. Certainly there are times when I am not happy. Certainly there are times when I wonder, what is it all for? But folks, going through all of that has actually taught me about that piece that I talked about last week, which is sustaining. It doesn't ebb and flow with my moods or my external circumstances. I've come to realize that even when God doesn't remove the difficult things in our lives, we can remain joy-filled. Why? Because the Spirit of the Lord is with us. John, who it was the fourth, Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, the fourth book in the New Testament, says in chapter 15, verse 11, that my joy might remain in you, this is Jesus speaking, and that your joy might be full. I don't know that I'm always rightly related to God, but what I do know is that I am related to God. I talk to God all the time about my frustrations, my fears, my joys, my concerns. I take it to Him. So I'm going to leave you with this thought from Oswald Chambers, my utmost for His highest. And he says, be rightly related to God and find your joy there. And out of you will flow rivers of living water. Be a center for Jesus Christ to pour living water through. Stop being self-conscious. Stop being a sanctified prig and live the life hid with Christ. The life that is rightly related to God is as natural as breathing wherever it goes. The lives that have been of most blessing to you are those who were unconscious of it. Stop being so self-conscious and stop being a sanctified prig. Think of others. Think of God. Get outside yourself. Don't worry about external circumstances. Well, like I said last week, during this Christmas season, I pray that you are able to slow your roll. You are able to find the peace and the joy and the reason for this season. I hope that this has been helpful so that you can live your best life now, because this ain't no dress rehearsal. Grace and peace.